seen that the pericycle lies below the endodermis and above the phloem. So the pericycle is seen above the phloem. Now next, after the pericycle, the next part we see is our medullary rays. Like the parenchymatous cells are arranged radially between the vascular bundles. This forms our medullary rays. Okay, this is a picture of our dicot stem. Here after the pericycle we have medullary rays. Now let us see the anatomy of a dicotyledonous stem. We have completed the root. Now we will see a dicot stem. Okay, in a dicot stem, the first layer we see is epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer. Epidermis is the outermost protective layer of the stem. Outermost protective layer of stem. It is covered by a thin cuticle which prevents the water loss. This epidermis, we have the outermost cells epidermis. This is covered by a thin layer. This is called our thin cuticle. What do this cuticle do? This cuticle prevents water loss. Okay. Sometimes the epidermis of the stem may have trichomes also. It may have trichomes. What do these trichomes do? Trichomes are some hair-like structures. Some of the trichomes have stomata. Their major function is secretion, protection and transpiration. The function of trichomes is protection and transpiration. So after the epidermis, the next layer inner to epidermis, we have cortex. What do you see in the cortex? In cortex, it is majorly located in between epidermis and pericycle. The cortex is located between the epidermis and pericycle. The cortex is divided into 3 zones. There are 3 zones in the cortex. The first zone is our hypodermis, and the second zone is the general cortex, and the next zone is the endodermis. Okay, we have hypodermis, general cortex and endodermis. Coming to the hypodermis, the cells of hypodermis are made of collenchymatous cells. They are made of collenchymatous cells and they provide mechanical support. What do? They provide mechanical support. The cells of hypodermis are made of collenchymatous cells and they provide mechanical support. They are important in young stems. They are important in young stems. Coming to the general cortex, the general cortex is made of parenchymatous cells. Okay, these parenchymatous cells are thin-walled and are round cells. They are thin-walled round cells and they have intercellular spaces in between. They have intercellular spaces in between. Coming to the function here, their function is to store food and help in gaseous exchange. Their function is to store food and the gaseous exchange. Hypodermis is made of collenchymatous cells, but general cortex is made of parenchymatous cells. The function of hypodermis is majorly to provide mechanical support, but the function of the general cortex is the storage of food and gaseous exchange. Coming to the endodermis, endodermis is also called as starch sheath. Okay, this is also called as starch sheath. This is the innermost layer. Starch sheath is the innermost layer of cortex. Okay, in the cortex it is the innermost. And why is it called starch sheath? Because the cells are rich in starch grains. The cells here are rich in starch grains, so hence they are called starch sheath. The major function of endodermis is storage of food and regulation of movement of minerals. Regulation of movement of minerals. Okay, the function of endodermis is storage of food and regulation of movement of minerals. inside. Okay, we seen hypodermis, general cortex and endodermis. After epidermis we have cortex, and after cortex we have our pericycle. Okay, coming to the pericycle, what do we see in pericycle? Pericycle is present just inside the endodermis. Just inside endodermis we find the pericycle. This pericycle occurs in semilunar patches of sclerenchyma. Please remember this point. How are they seen? The pericycle cells are found as semilunar patches of, I'll show this in the picture, but for now remember that the pericycle is seen in semilunar patches of sclerenchyma. It is located above phloem. It is located above phloem and below the endodermis. The function of pericycle is, the major function of pericycle is to provide the mechanical support. The major function of pericycle is to provide the mechanical support. We'll see in the picture here. Here we have our outer epidermis. After epidermis, we have cortex, which is divided into 3 layers. We have the collenchymatous cell, hypodermis, and the region made of parenchymatous cells, which is our general cortex, and inside that we have the endodermis. Endodermis have cells which are rich in starch grains, so the endodermis is known as starch sheath. So inside the endodermis we have pericycle. This pericycle is seen as a semilunar patches of sclerenchyma. Okay, this pericycle is seen as semilunar patches of sclerenchyma. Okay, so we have seen that the pericycle lies below the endodermis and above the phloem. So the pericycle is seen above the phloem. Now next, after the pericycle, the next part we see is our medullary rays. Like the parenchymatous cells are arranged radially between the vascular bundles. This forms our medullary rays. Okay, this is a picture of our dicot stem. Here after the pericycle we have medullary rays. Medullary rays. These medullary rays are made of parenchymatous cells. These cells are arranged in between the vascular bundles. Here we have our vascular bundles, phloem and xylem. In between them we have our medullary rays. After the medullary rays, the fifth part we go into our vascular bundles. The fifth part we see are vascular bundles. So vascular bundles are arranged in ring. So the radial arrangement of vascular bundles is the characteristic of dicot stem. We have seen this in the morphology of flowering plants, that we have radial arrangement of vascular bundles in dicot. That is, the xylem is at one radius and the phloem is at another radius. And the each bundle is, so when we look at the each bundle has conjoint arrangement of xylem and phloem. Conjoint arrangement of xylem and phloem, that is, the xylem and phloem are present together, and it is open as the cambium is present. As the cambium is present, the vascular bundle is open as it's a dicot root, so that the secondary growth is possible. Okay, we see an end-arc arrangement here. What do you mean by end-arc? End-arc means that the protoxylem is towards the pith. End-arc means that the protoxylem is towards the pith. Here you can see in the picture, here we have our pith and the protoxylem is present towards the pith. Protoxylem is present towards the pith. This is called as end-arc arrangement of vascular bundle. What is the function of vascular bundle? The function of vascular bundles is the transport of water and minerals. The function of vascular bundle is to transport water, minerals and food also. So after vascular bundles, the next part we have is our pith. Pith is the central part of the stem. Inside to all those we have pith. Pith is the central part, and it is made of parenchymatous cells. Okay, pith is made of parenchymatous cells, and these cells have large intercellular space in between them. These cells have large intercellular spaces in between. The function of pith is to help in storage of food and water. Okay, so now let us see what are all the 6 parts we have seen in this. See.
Students keep writing notes, while doubts stay uncleared. Hours of self-study, yet biology still feels confusing. Because sometimes you don't need more lectures, you need personal guidance. At Crack Mentors, students get live personalized online one-on-one biology classes with dedicated faculty support, personal doubt solving, and focused improvement strategy.